With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series fires things off right here at From Chicago Land Speedway in the Bushes, Chicago being 100. The track temperature a little bit slick out there tonight, 101 degrees down there, 78 degree ambient temperature, so a nice cool breeze here in Chicago. Gonna be a beautiful night of racing. Qualifying, as we said, already underway. But how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us once again here on Sunday night. Turn 3 Racing Network 4. The Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Let's go ahead and throw some of those qualifying times up to the left-hand side. We'll get a few of those drivers in. Why don't we go a little closer to the track, a little closer down to the action. Let's see if we can't bring anybody to you out there. Looks like Roy Hyde may be out there on his time lap. Travis Smith also getting up to speed in his number 9 Casey Kane throwback machine. There you can see that 9 Red Bull coming across the stripe. Where's he gonna slot in? First time lap, Smith. Well, actually, that's going to begin his first time lap. Brian Snare going to go top of the speed charts. Quick time, 31:01. Track a very busy place here, trying to snatch that Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award. Who's going to take those extra points and put them in their back pocket, as we are very close to entering the chase. We have only got a handful of races left tonight. Race number 13, so you know there's only about, I believe, 3 more races before we kick things off for the chase. And there you can see the 9 of Travis Smith. He has some issues. He's going to lose his second time lap. We'll jump now with Christopher Spencer in the 2 machine making his way off of pit road as Kendall Levron goes top of the speed charts, 31:01. Going to list him as a 31 flat. That is a very fast time here at Chicago Land Speedway. Big time trouble there for Spencer. We'll jump now to the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. And as these drivers continue to put down their qualifying laps, do want to mention that we've got over 35 cars in the field here tonight, vying for their championship hopes and dreams. They gotta win one to get in. If they haven't already, 8 different race winners this season so far. Katie Osmond leading the pack with 3 wins to his name. Osmond not in the field tonight. Steve Baker, Joshua Spalding sitting both with 2 wins apiece. Joshua Spalding here as well as Steve Baker. Baker sitting 4th on the speed charts right now. Spalding sitting back in the 13th qualifying position, almost 2/10 off of Dustin Ping's quick time here tonight. And qualifying, he goes 30:96. 4 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session, and we've got 30 drivers on to the timing and scoring charts. Let's jump out there now with Chris Medford in the 84 machine as he's on his first time lap. Going to go 33rd, bottom of the speed charts with his first time lap. Way off the pace. He's going to have to pick up a lot. He's into the outside wall. That's not going to work out well for him. Melvin Young with some troubles already. And it looks like that's going to just about do it for the qualifying laps for all of these drivers out there. Right at 5 minutes into this 10-minute qualifying session. So with all that already in the bag, why don't we go ahead and visit your championship standings coming in to tonight's race. There you can see him front and center on screen. Steve Baker leads the drivers as we wind down the final few races in the regular season. Troy Rafford, Katie Osmond right there as well. Dustin Ping sitting 41 points back. Travis Smith, Roy Hyde, both with wins, both from Dirty Air Racing, sitting 62 and 103 points off of Steve Baker. Brian Littleton back there in 10th. John Wimbish, how about that? Doesn't have a win yet this season, but sitting just outside of your top 10. Nathan Bishop, Kendall Levron, Hunter Tate, all right there in a close battle outside of your top 15 in the point standings. We'll look a little further back through this group because there you can see multiple other series winners. Kendall Levron has been to victory lane, but sitting outside of your top 15, sitting in that 17th spot. Jeffrey Vandervert, Joshua Spalding, he's been to victory lane twice, but look, mired back there in the point standings, 24th position right now coming into tonight's race. A little look through the rest of the field. How about a defending Xfinity Series champion here with NEXTGEN Racing, Brian Mescal Jr. and that 33 machine sitting at 231 points. He is well back in the points outside of your top 30, yet to visit victory lane this season. We'll have to see if something can turn around for that 33 crew here in the final few races of the regular season here. Well, looks like, qualifying is indeed done and over with. I was going to say underway, but it is done and over with. 33 drivers onto the timing and scoring charts. We've got 36 drivers out here tonight. Going to be one heck of a show, I can assure you that. Glad you could all join us once again here tonight with about 3 minutes left to go before the field makes their way through the pre-race inspections. We will step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back right after your national anthem.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
back trackside as the long string of cars make their way through pre-race inspection. Get ready to line up right there on the starting grid. You could hear those familiar sounds, those familiar bells ringing in the background. It's time to run down tonight. Starting a lineup for the Bushes, Chicago Bean 100, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for NEXTGEN Racing's Lighty Electric Company, Xfinity Series, walking away with the Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award, starting inside row number 1, the one of Dustin Ping. Just to his outside, a man that has visited Victory Lane this season, the 28 of Kendall Levron. Row number 2, Brian Snare and Steve Baker. Back in row number 3, the 8 of Hunter Tate, followed by the 43 of Mitchell Snare. The 99 of Dustin German going to start in 7th. 8th starting spot here tonight goes to the 36 of Justin Rigsby. Nathan Bishop and Roy Hyde going to round out your top 10 here tonight. Back in row number 6, the 80 of Brian Littleton, followed by the 4 of Michael Messengill. Row number 7 here tonight, the 5 of Joshua Spalding and the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Christopher Spencer and Brian Mescal Jr. going to make up row number 8, slotted in that 17th starting position, the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. 48 of Jimmy Hetrick going to start in that 18th spot. Douglas Saki right there inside row number 10, and rounding out your top 20 in the starting grid here tonight, Falcon Motorsports' very own 94 of Troy Radford. The Red Bull number 9 of Travis Smith going to slot in that 21st starting spot. Craig Learman just to his outside. Row number 12 here tonight, the 30 of Robert Hetrick, followed by the 14 of Todd Willis. Gary Ragland and Tim Woodson going to start back in row 13. Row 14 here tonight, Ryan Wilson and Chris Berg. Damon Cox, the Iron Man 57 machine, going to start in that 29th position. 30th will go to Travis Arthur. Bobby Camden, Eric Blunt back there in row, whatever row I lost. Row 17 here tonight, Chris Medford, Katie Osmond, Jeffrey Vandervoort, Brandon Medford, Ray Radford, Melvin Young round out the starting grid here tonight as the pace car ducks off. We're ready to go green flag racing for the first time. Field in the hands of Dustin Ping on the gas, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Chicago Land Speedway. Field up through the gears, heading into turn 1 for the first time. Lebron a little bit behind the 8 ball already as the 45 looks to take that spot in the outside lane. Going to prevail for Lebron for the time being. We'll stay stacked up all over this field right now. We'll back away from the track just a little bit, try to bring you some more of the action all at one time. But you can see that double of Roy Hyde just to the outside of Christopher Spencer. Spencer stuck down on with a train of cars in front of him, has the 5 of Joshua Spalding and Brian Littleton tucked in with him. Hyde going to look to use the clear lane up there on the high side to go by these two drivers. Brian Littleton now looks to the inside of that 36. Battle for the race lead. Looking to the bottom. Kendall Lebron is going to look for that top spot. We'll go back to the front of this field. Lebron slide job early here. Lap number 2, the 28 going to go to the top of the scoring charts, the scoring pylon. So we've got ourselves our first lead change of the night. Ping not letting him get away. He's still right there. The 45 of Brian Snare still tucked in third. Fourth place, Steve Baker. Dustin German up 2 spots now, running in that 5th position. We've got battles side by side a little bit further through this field. There you can see just behind that 8 of Hunter Tate, multiple drivers battling with each other. Mitchell Snare, Nathan Bishop, Justin Rigsby tucked in line. Here comes Brian Littleton breaking his way into the top 10. Roy Hyde knocking on the door of that as well. Going to check in with our Mission 22 Hard Charger Award right now. Brandon Medford up 8 positions from where he started tonight's race. Now up into the 8th position, started way back in 36. So a good gain already for the driver of that Ford Mustang, Brandon Medford, sitting in 28th. Lebron still not able to get away from Ping. They'll stay nose to tail, looking to the inside now. Almost contact between those two drivers at the front of this field, and Brian Snare is saying, go ahead, keep on at it, boys. Very early here tonight, very long race, this 1.5 mile, never straight, D-shaped oval. And what I mean by that, race fans, you can tell it here on your screen as well. You can look as these drivers try to make their way on the backstretch, or they don't try to make their way. When they make it to the backstretch, it actually curves, a slight curve the entire way down the backstretch. So if you're not careful and you're falling asleep a little bit, you may see a few of those drivers work themselves into that outside wall this race. The battle for the race lead starting to dissipate just a little bit. Now with a big run, here comes Ping looking back to the inside. Levern gonna cover the bottom. Ping looking for the crossover, back into one, not gonna get there just yet. Pulls side by side through the center of 1 and 2. Advantage gonna go to the 28 on that high side. The momentum gonna pay off. He's gonna rocket down the backstretch. Half a car advantage when they enter 3. Jumping around just a little bit back to this battle. Roy Hyde is now inside the top 10. He's looking for a few more spots. Chris Berg, Douglas Saki going at it. There you can see them side by side. 34 in the 67 going at it here. Brian Muskell Jr. just off in front of them. How about Travis Smith? He's got the 9 up 4 spots. Now up into that 17th position. And into the outside wall. Douglas Saki goes into the outside wall. The 34 damaged now after hard contact in the corner. A little slow on the track. Have some more drivers making their way onto his tail end. 34 going to keep the Ford Mustang to the high side. He's going to lose a ton of ground after that hard impact. We'll jump back around this track a little bit more forward in the field. 33 of Brian Muskell Jr. He's inside the top 20 now, looking for more. There you can see Chris Berg in that 67, just off in front of the Dirty Mo machine. Pilot, and another driver into the outside wall. I think that's Troy Radford. Radford slow on the speedway after contact with the outside wall in the backstretch. And that's what I was talking about, folks. Just caught off guard. Troy maybe just didn't keep it turned to the left just slightly, and he gets into the outside wall, slows the momentum, and that's going to put the 14 all over him, as well as now the 30 of Robert Hetrick. He's going to make his way to the back of that 94 Lucky Finn Project Ford, being piloted by Radford. More battles to be had, so we're going to jump around just a little bit here. Why don't we go back up front, a little more forward in the field as these drivers continue. Green flag racing here, lap number 11 now in the first out of the 100 schedule. And tonight's official race distance in the bushes, Chicago Beat 100. Side by side, Hyde to the inside of the 36, looking for some ground. Not going to get it just yet. He'll have to stay behind Rigsby for yet another lap. Brian Muskell Jr. passing Travis Smith. That's going to be for the 18th position on track last time around. Brandon Medford also getting by Robert Hendrick for 24th position. Eric Blount now making his way around Travis Smith. And what has happened to the 9? He is dropping through the field. Smith now battling for the 21st position, was knocking on the door of the top 15, and now falling through the field. Brian Muskell Jr., he's going the opposite direction. He's moving forward. He's now up to 17th. Gary Ragland making a pass for position back in 34th. All of the game in Cox. Ray Radford, Bobby Campbell down going at it as Smith continues to fall through this field. What has happened to the 9? Going to take a look at this 9 machine, and it looks like there may be some damage on that right side. May have been into the outside wall. Looks like there is a little damage on the front end of that machine as well. The left front looks like it's cranking up a little bit, so may have had some contact with another driver. Tough break out there for the nine as he is fast. Unloading here tonight. Looks like he's going to have a lot to overcome. 14 laps into this green flag run. Haven't spoke about it yet. Lap counts, fuel counts. How long will these drivers stretch this thing out? How long will this green flag run? We're getting reports anywhere from about 35 to 42 laps is what these drivers can go on a fuel tank. So we'll have to see if anybody's going to roll the dice. That's going to mix it up a little bit. Only need about 3 pit stops. And you're going to be able to stack and stagger that any which way you want to. Going to be interesting to see what crew chiefs play some strategy games. Whoa, close racing as the 14 goes right across the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick's nose. He's going to drift way up the track. Hetrick going to take that position back. Now the 30 of Robert Hetrick looking to take the position on the 14 of Todd Willis. Battles back at the front, but they're between 2 different drivers. Now make it 3. Brian Snare still sitting in that 3rd position. Steve Baker, the 55. He's made his way around both Snare and Ping, and now looks to take that top spot away. Looks to grab a lap lead from Kendall Lebron, who has led since lap number 2 here tonight. Lebron up from the 2nd spot, now leading this field. He'll cross the line with the lead still in hand. Baker, though, has it wound up on that high side. I think that's going to be where you're going to want to be on this track at this point in time. And indeed, that 55 powers by new race leader. Our 3rd different leader, our 2nd lead change of the evening. On-board overhead camera shot there with the 28 of Kendall Lebron and his hardline Ford Mustang. He is one of those drivers locked into the championship. Chase Baker as well as German sitting back there in that 5th position. German has visited victory lane. Roy Hyde, yet another Chase driver inside of the top 10. So 4 out of the 10 top spots on the track are drivers locked in to that championship chase. And with just 4 races, including tonight, left to go, the window of opportunity is starting to close for a lot of very talented drivers. Eric Brown running in that 6 machine. He's yet to visit victory lane here this season. He's yet to get a podium finish this season in the Light Electric Company Xfinity Series right here for the Next Gen Racing League on iRacing.com. Brian Mescal Jr., yet another very highly skilled and talented driver, yet to get to victory lane this season, looking from the outside in as far as the championship chase is concerned. Brian Littleton, another former champion here in the Next Gen Racing Leagues. He is barely looking in from the outside, has yet to go to victory lane as well. So multiple drivers out there. Chris Medford, another one. Gordon Larson Jr., David Cox. They have all been in victory lane in the past, but have yet to get there this season. Hunter Tate moving his way up through the field. How about that 8 machine? We'll throw him on screen. Here he comes. I'm telling you what, he just made a pass on Dustin Ping, and he made it look easy. He's got his sights set now on Dustin German, that 99, sitting in that 4th position. Still a 3-car battle for the front for the race lead. We'll stay right here as this continues to unfold as drivers continue to go at it, mixing it up left and right all over this field. Coming right at you into turn number 3. Steve Baker leads Brian Snare, followed by Kendall Lebron. I hear you, Tyler. Sometimes work interferes with play, and that's just kind of the way it goes. Do want to take a moment to talk about the team standings coming into tonight's race, as we've still got, as I said, including tonight's race, 4 races left in the regular season book. We've got another 10 chase races, so 14 races in all left here this season in the Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. And Blackhawk Motorsports sitting top of the team point standings right now, 83 points out in front of a Smoke Show Dirty Air in a very close third, 132 points back from Blackhawk. Falcon Motorsports starting to fall to the wayside back in the 4th overall spot in team points, 202 points back, and then another 276 points back to Hammer Down Motorsports. Those are your top 5 in the team standings. So Blackhawk and Smoke Show have been the team to watch for all season. Will Falcon Motorsports, possibly Dirty Air, come up there and make a late run late in the season and try to snatch that team championship? We'll have to wait and see how all that unfolds. But for now, we are 25 green flag laps into tonight's Bush's Chicago Bean 100 right here from Chicago Land Speedway. Steve Baker continues to lead. Brian Snare, Kendall Lebron now falls back to 3rd. Dustin German still sitting in 4th. Hunter Tate right there. Justin Grigsby, Brian Littleton, Dustin Bing, Nathan Bishop, Christopher Spencer, Chris Berg, Roy Hyde, Mitchell Snare, Joshua Spalding, and Jeff Stiles rounds out your top 15. Sometimes you just don't like the way things are lining up and looking, so you change it mid-broadcast. You know, it's okay. Looking in, it seems like we may be having a few little intermittent problems. We'll take a look at this, see if we can't fix that up, get that taken care of. No problems. As the field continues, green flag racing here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Back down the backstretch once again behind Steve Baker. Brian Snare sitting in that 2nd position as Kendall Lebron, Dustin German, Hunter Tate, Justin Rigsby all packed in behind him. We'll go back through the field just a little bit. There you can see that 48 Ally Chevy Camaro piloted by Jimmy Hetrick. He's trying to make his way up through the field. The 27 now of Nathan Bishop. How about right behind them? Christopher Spencer, Dustin Ping, Chris Berg 3 wide for a brief moment there. That was kind of crazy. And it looks like things starting to resolve themselves on their own. We do apologize if there was any hiccups, stutters, or hang-ups. You know, sometimes that's just the way that technology works. But nonetheless, we'll stay right here on track. The 36 of Justin Rigsby has that 80 of Brian Littleton tucked in behind him. Nathan Bishop starting to make his way up through the field. Jumping around just a little bit. We'll stay right here with Dustin German. I tell you what, why don't we go on board here inside that 99 of German as he makes his way around this track, chasing down Kendall Lebron, Brian Snare right there, and your race leader, Steve Baker, not too far off. Going to take a look back from the side of the car, driver's side of the car, right here with the 99 of Dustin German. That's all the way back to the 8 of Hunter Tate. So these drivers beginning to stretch themselves out at the front of this field And that is exactly what they're wanting, because here at Chicagoland Speedway, it's very tough to make up that track time. You're going to really have to push the limits, getting on and off pit road, risk a pit road police penalty, possibly even locking the tires up, getting into the inside of pit wall. That's going to be a big time no-no. We've got a driver already back behind the wall. Looks like 38. Michael Mason Gill, he's going to lose a handful of laps, as well as Bobby Camden now on the pit road. Nathan Bishop also brings his number 27 down to pit road that time by. Right on the outside of that fuel window, looking in, lap number 33 now underway for your race leader, Steve Baker, Brian Snare, Kendall Lebron right here on screen, still in a tow. Dustin German in the 99. Also out there on track trying to run down your race leaders. Turn around just a little bit. We've got drivers to pit road. More drivers to pit road. Your top three all going to break to pit road. New race leader Brian Snare going to go to the top of the leaderboard. He'll take the top spot away. Kendall Lebron. Now Brian Littleton back in third. Spalding, Hyde, Hetrick, Blount, Vandervoort, all to pit road that time, joining your race leader Steve Baker when he broke away to pit road. So multiple drivers already down on lap number 33. How long will these drivers stretch this fuel tank? Contact there. Travis Smith, contact the 86 of Travis Arthur up the track into the driver's side of that 9, and there you can see the damage from that contact. That left side scraped up, my goodness. And a tough go as of late for Smith last week. Received a little bit of a bump getting into the corner. And just unfortunately at a track like Richmond, if you get a bump going into the corner, you're pretty much just along for the ride. The wheel man saved it as best as he could. Travis Smith now having to try to keep the fender straight after drivers into his left side door. Smith that 9 Red Bull machine out there on the track. Looks like one more time around. Lebron, Snare, Littleton all to pit road. Chris Berg takes over the race lead. That's going to give us our 5th different race leader here tonight. It's interesting that it would jump to that for excitingness, but there you can see Timothy Smith, Melvin Young on track. They're making their way off of turn number 3. All of these drivers yet to come to pit road. The 10, Hello Water, up inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. We'll let these green flag pits cycle itself right on out. Then we will look into what the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award looks like at this point in time. Already walking away with some bonus points for leading a lap, as well as for the Black Hawk Motorsports World Award. Dustin Ping has a handful of extra bonus points that he's going to be able to walk away from the track with. He's yet to go to pit road. Still running on the track in second position, Chris Medford, Todd Willis right behind him. Brian Muskell Jr., there you can see that 33. He's going to move out of the way of Eric Blount. Blount out there on fresher tires. Robert Hetrick in that 30 Clemson Tigers. Chevy Camaro yet to go to pit road yet. Berg, Ping, Willis to pit road that time by. That's going to give us yet another new race leader. That's going to be our 6th different leader. 5 different lead changes here tonight. Brian Muskell Jr. in the 33, now running in second yet to make his green flag pit stop. We've got 6 drivers yet to come down to pit road. Chris Medford to pit road that time by. Brian Muskell Jr. He's going to break for pit road as well. Robert Hetrick in the 30 machine. He's going to stay out on the track. That's going to give us our 7th different race leader with 6 different lead changes. My goodness. Big time moment there for the 4 of Michael Mason. Gill multiple laps down here tonight, listed 4 laps down. Nathan Bishop being scored 3 laps down. Multiple drivers being scored off of the lead lap. You got to go all the way back to the 30th position to find some of these drivers that will recycle their way back onto the lead lap. There you can see the 9 of Travis Smith wounded down at the bottom of the track, but he has been to pit road for his first stop of the night. Hendrick and Young yet to come to pit road. There you can see Steve Baker running in the 3rd position. He's got the fresh tires and he is on a tear, 7.5 seconds behind the 2nd place. So right now, Baker reeling in Melvin Young as Hetrick gonna break for pit road, bring that Clemson number 30 for tires and fuel. Melvin Young gonna stay out on the track for another lap. That's gonna give us 8 different leaders with 7 lead changes here tonight. 2 and 3 wide with some back markers. And is that back markers? Yes, it is. Not used to seeing that 88 of Katie Osmond as a back marker, but he is listed way back in the field, back in the 29th position off of the lead lap. I believe he will cycle through to be the first car off of the lead lap as Melvin Young gonna go back to pit road for the first time. Steve Baker goes back to the top of the scoring chart. 8 different lead change tonight. Baker back to the point. Katie Osmond gonna make his way around your race leader Steve Baker, and that's gonna put himself back onto the lead lap. So Osmond running in the 29th position. Last car on the lead lap, Travis Smith in that Red Bull 9 machine, listed as the first driver off of the lead lap, running in the 30th position. He's got a big disadvantage to work with right now. He needs some time to beat and bang on the fenders to try to straighten out that car, to try to get some more speed in it. But for now, we'll stay green flag racing with the front of this field. Steve Baker, Dustin Burton, Ryan Snare, all tucked up with each other. Throw Hunter Tate, Justin Rigsby also right here. Roy Hyde, what a pit stop by Hyde's crew, as him knocking on the door of a top 5 as well. Hyde sitting back in the 7th position. Tell you what, why don't we go to one of our overhead camera shots right here with Brian Snare. He makes his way off the 2-pack down the backstretch once again. That's a beautiful camera angle here tonight. I tell you what, beautiful racing all over this facility. Almost halfway through tonight's official race distance. We have been clean and green since the drop of the green flag. All 45 laps that are completed have been under green flag conditions. These race car drivers putting it down pit road just a handful of laps ago, right at about 10 laps ago. So they will have to cycle back through to pit road somewhere right around lap number 65-ish is when we should see our second round of green flag pit stops. So as these drivers continue to sort things out, continue to run this long stretch. We will break for a brief commercial break. Wait for it to see if we have a 3-wide situation here. Douglas Wasaki, Gordon Larson Jr., Brian Mescal Jr., Todd Willis, all right there running with each other, all trying to make their way up through the field just a little bit further. Brian Mescal Jr. sitting back in that 22nd position. Hunt in the front, trying to break into the top 20. Roy Hyde, Brian Littleton, both of those Dirty Air drivers sitting inside of your top 10. Steve Baker, Smoke Show's very own, putting on a show for sure up here at the front of this field. Well deserved moment here for that 55. He's going to continue to be fast on the high side, forcing the other drivers down on the bottom, keeping them pinched down, not able to utilize that run off of the corner, and that can be very detrimental to the runs that you're trying to create. And caution on the speedway. Troy Radford has had some problems. 94 turned around on the speedway. We'll take a moment take a look back, see what happened here with Radford. We are saying we got that queued up. Let's check it back and see how it went down. And it looked like maybe just coming across the nose. I'm not sure who that was. See, I believe maybe that is the 68 of Bobby Camden and the 94 of Troy Radford getting caught up involved with each other. Luckily for Radford, though, we'll go up to one of our turn 3 drone cams if we can. Let's see if we can't get a better look at how all this went down. There you see a little bit of contact, and that's all she wrote. That's all it took. Spin cycle for the 94 of Radford. He's going to right the ship here in just a brief moment. Get headed in the right direction. With that being said, back to your race leader at the front of this field. Will we see these drivers come to pit road? Keep in mind, they've got 3 sets of tires, 1 brand new set already on those machines. If they use one now, then that means they're definitely gonna have to use their last set at the last green flag pit stop. Might work yourself in a box if you're not careful here. Well, with that coming at the time it did, that's going to put us halfway through tonight's race. 50 laps in to tonight's 100-lap event from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Busch Chicago Bean 100 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back trackside as promised, not missing any other green flag action. iRacing pace car lights are off. We're ready to go. Back green flag racing once again here from Chicagoland Speedway Field. Back in the hands of Steve Baker. He stayed out. Brian Snare also stays out. Dustin German, Kendall Levron all the way back, I believe. You got to go all the way back to around 25th position. Roy Hyde, one of those first drivers to come down pit road, mired back in traffic. We'll see how it all plays out. Pace car ready to duck down and away. We're ready to go back green flag racing this time by, and here we go. Green flag racing once again as Upstate Al throws the green flag out. Drivers up through the gear. Baker, no problem. He gets up through the gearbox without any issues. Dustin German right there sitting in that 4th position. He's well and clear. Hunter Tate, he's battling off of turn 2. Here comes Christopher Spencer to the outside. He'll take 6th. Drivers battling all over the track on this restart. We've got 3 wide all over the place. Cameraman not sure which way to go right now. Side by side. Check out K.D. Osmond. He was able to stay out on the track after getting himself back onto the lead lap right before that caution flag flew, and now Osmond up inside of the top 20. He's running in 18th, up 16 positions, 3 wide with Christopher Spencer in the middle. They head to turn 3. Chris Berg stuffs it in on the bottom, save the Tatas. Gonna slide up the track, get 2 for 1. That time by put Berg up into the top 5, now up 23 positions from where he started tonight's race. He's gonna sit in that Mission 22 Hard Charger award position for the time being. 36 of Justin Rigsby still battling with Christopher Spencer to his outside. Here comes Hunter Tate. Brian Littleton tucked in behind him. Eric Blount not too far back, rounds out your top 10. Tell you what, these drivers not giving way, not giving up, all over each other on these restarts. Steve Baker still battling with Brian Snare for that top spot, and here comes Chris Berg. He's looking for more. Berg gonna take the top spot as he goes 3 wide on the bottom. He's gonna force the 45 up the track. That's gonna carry over onto the 55. He's gonna have to give way. Berg goes to the front of the field. New race leader Chris Berg. Or actually, no, Berg going to go back to the field for a second time here tonight. That's going to give us our 9th different lead change with 8 different drivers tonight. Stacked up off of 2 as Snare has a moment. Brian Snare had a moment there off of turn 2. That stacked up the field behind him. That allowed Chris Berg to step away just a little bit, a half a second race advantage for him over this hungry pack of wolves racing right behind him. You got 4 drivers all hooked up with each other right now. Steve Baker, Kendall Lebron, Brian Snare, Dustin German battle it out for a spot outside of your top 5. Down to the inside, looks that 28. He's going to look to snatch that 3rd position away. Not going to, oh my gosh. Not going to quite clear, but forces way in. Lebron takes 3rd. There are battles all over the track, man. Look at this one. Look at this scrum of cars back here. The 88 of K.D. Osmond just in front of Mitchell Snare. He's going to make a pass on Jeff Styles. They'll go back 3 wide, 85 to the top of the track. My goodness, there are great battles all over this raceway. 84 of Chris Mefford made his way by Jeff Styles just moments ago. Pass, more battles to be had. Look at this going on back here. Drivers with some fresh tires. Meyer packed in traffic right now. Roy Hyde stuck in the scrum of cars looking to go to almost 3 wide for a brief moment. There you can see the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. tucked in underneath him. The 40. Tim Woodson looks to the bottom of the raceway. Woodson being scored off of the lead lap still here tonight. Man at the front for the moment right now. Chris Berg has a 1.7 race advantage over Steve Baker, who is battling with Kendall Lebron, still up 27 positions from where he started tonight's race. Chris Berg leads the field and leads for that Mission 22 Hard Charger award right now. We'll jump back with more battles on the track. They still haven't sorted things out for second and third just yet. Kendall Lebron, Steve Baker continue to go at it on the track. Brian Snare falling back just a little bit. Justin German, Justin Rigsby, and Brian Littleton all in tow. Littleton now looking to the inside of Rigsby, not there just yet. Gordon Larson Jr. going to pass Roy Hyde from the 25th position. Katie Ogden getting by Hunter Tate for 11th. Back and forth between drivers down the back stretch and out of turn number in 3, now out of 4. They'll continue to smile back to 11th spot. Roy Hyde also going to take that 25th position back. Todd Willis making a pass for 22nd, a little further back in the back of this field. And how about this long green flag run? We had caution coming out right around lap number 50. First and only caution here tonight via Ben Green Flag Racing. Since the restart, we do have a few drivers out there wounded and battered. Looks like the Ford Michael Mason Gill is a little bit off pace here tonight. Scored multiple laps down. And how about Joshua Spalding in the 5 listed out of tonight's race, back behind pit wall. Little bit of house cleaning in order for you here tonight. Haven't hit that one up yet. 38 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got 37 out there on the track with just 28 left on the lead lap. So as we have crossed that halfway threshold, if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Whether you're just stopping by to say, hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family, possibly even one of the sponsors here joining us tonight. We do appreciate you coming through and stopping by. And while you're here, while you're at it, toss these drivers a thumbs up. Overhead shot there of Steve Baker looking at Kendall Lebron. That is second and third on the track. Back now with Brian Littleton with the overhead camera shot. He's trying to chase down a few of the drivers in front of him further back through the field. There you can see that 6 of Aaron Blount. He is struggling now with some pace, falling to the wayside. He was up inside the top 10. Now sitting back in the 20th position. He is heading the wrong way. Brandon Medford down the pit road under that one. First and only caution. He's made his way back up through this field, now running in 19th. Michael Mason Gill to pit road once again here tonight. 2 and 3 wide back here towards the tail end of this pack. Look at that. My goodness, that 43 of Mitchell Snare involved in a 3-wide battle. Here comes Steve Baker and Dustin German. They're all going to have to pit. Keep in mind, race fans, about a 15 to 19 lap difference on the tires for the drivers that stayed out and the drivers that came to pit road. As we watch Eric Blount into his box, all nice and smooth right there. Nothing be had, nothing be said by those pit road police. And there you can see beautiful paint scheme on that 57 machine of Damon Cox, the Iron Man here in NEXTGEN Racing. He has been on the track more than any other driver. That 57 looking for a good run here tonight. Lebron, Snare, Littleton, Osmond, all to pit road that time by Chris Bird, Justin Rigsby, Robert Hedrick going to stay out on track. Your top 5 staying out on track. That's Chris Medford, highest running driver right now with the freshest tires on the field. He is on a tear. He is on his way to the front. Medford looking to lead tonight's race. He's slotted in third now, trying to run down Justin Rigsby in that 36, and it is not going to be much of a battle. Said it wasn't going to be much of a battle, but a little bit of a slip-up out of that 84, and he's going to fall behind just a little bit. Now a big run down the backstretch, back into turn 3. He's going to be right to the inside, side by side, for that second position on the raceway. We should see those fresher tires prevail, and indeed they do. Put the 84 of Medford into second. A little bit of a moment coming to pit road. Damon Cox, Doug Wasaki, they lock up the brakes. Look like they may have got that thing slowed down just a little bit there. You can see that 28 machine. I believe that was the 28 up into the outside wall there. Double check on that. No, indeed, that was not Kendall Levron. That was actually the 94 of Troy Radford into the outside wall just a little bit. And now with this green flag pit cycle raging on, Roy Hyde, he's now knocking on the door of the top 10 once again. Brian Wilton back there mired in traffic. He is down a lap right now, sitting in the 20th position. As Roy Hyde battling with that 27 machine, 27 listed off in the lead lap right now. Nathan Bishop, Jack Parker for the time being. Todd Willis, Gary Ragland, they're both going to come to pit road. We'll recheck the race leader, Chris Berg. Not a thing in sight. Caution flag comes out. Oh no, what happened here? Looks like Bobby Camden may have been involved. Let's take a look. See what happened back here. There you can see that 68 indeed involved in this one. Let's see how it all went down, how it all happened one more time here. Looks like we're catching on to that one just a little bit late, so we'll see if we can't see how it all happened. 68 trying to get up to speed off of pit road. He's not going to be able to get it wound up, and a little bit of slight contact to the inside wall. That's going to put the caution out for the second time here tonight. That's going to play right into the hands of Chris Berg. Really play into the hands of a lot of these drivers that stayed out or that came down under that last caution. They're going to be able to come down pit road to get those fresh tires. But what about these drivers that have extended this run right here? Chris Berg going to lead the field down to pit road. Do have a few drivers staying out on the track. So as we let this thing cycle on through, we'll see who stays out on track and who elects to come to pit road. Looks like everybody that was on the lead lap elects to come to pit road. Steve Baker will receive the lucky dog. Todd Willis right here in the 14 machine. He's going to be the first driver to receive a waiver round as long as he doesn't pit low. While we find ourselves under caution for the second time here tonight, we're going to break away for a few commercial breaks, but don't worry, you won't miss anything as we go next gen side by side. and back as promised, not missing any of the green flag action here tonight from the Bush's Chicago Bean 100 from Chicagoland Speedway, right here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Pace car lights go back on. We'll go one more lap around. Over half of the field receives a wave around, and it has not got everybody on the lead lap still. What a break for a few drivers out there tonight. How about the break for Chris Medford, Chris Berg, Robert Hetrick? All those drivers extending the run, extending the fuel run, catching a few of their higher competitors, or their closest competitors, I should say, up to lunch after they made a green flag pit stop. Drivers should be able to carry this one to the end. Has anybody kept an extra set down there in their pits? Their pit stalls, should we have a late race caution? One attempt at a green-white checkered should we need it. So you never know how long this thing is going to go. Will we end it in 22 laps when we hit the green flag, or will we see an extended run? We'll have to wait and find out, race fans. Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls for Next Gen Racing League Lighting Electric Company Xfinity Series. Field ready to go. Back green flag racing. iRacing pace car gets ready to make the left-hand turn. Chris Berg will lead the field back to the green flag, and wait for it. Green flag flies as Berg nails the loud pedal, gets up through the gears. Here they come right at you, right into your living room. Get a little closer to this action as all of these drivers that make their way up through the gearbox. Brandon Medford, he's starting to make his way inside the top five, listed in that fifth position right now. Berg still leads this field. Here comes Christopher Spencer looking for second. Man, I tell you, that is a beautiful sight, huh? Right through your living room, your computer screen, or your phone or tablet. Great camera work out there tonight by a lot of the guys and girls back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters behind the scenes, putting in a ton of work to bring you all of these great action shots each and every week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Going to jump back a little further through the field, bringing an overhead shot right here with that one of Dustin Ping. He was the race leader for quite some time here tonight. Now mired back outside of your top 10. Ping tries to make his way up through the field. Just 20 laps to go as your race leader across the line that time by. Get a little closer to the front of this field as they continue this run to the end of tonight's Busch Chicago Bean 100. The gap for Chris Berg has went away. Christopher Spencer is charging. He is closing. He is there now, under 0.3 of a second advantage for Chris Berg. And while we have got ourselves just a short time, we have yet to get to it. When we run down your driver highlights, run down your top five running order. There you can see man at the point. Man with the field chasing him. In the Make-A-Wish Save the Tata 67, Chris Berg leads this field. Christopher Spencer running in a solid second position now as Chris Medford in the 84 machine tucked up right behind him, running fourth. Hungry Driver running in third. Hungry Driver running in the fourth position. There you see Justin Rigsby trying to make his way into one of those top podium positions. Last driver in the top five, Brandon Medford, running in that fifth spot, but he's got Roy Hyde, Craig Learman, Jeff Styles, all tucked in with him. That is your driver run down your top five for the time being. We'll stay right here with Brandon Medford in that 83 machine as he is. Whoa! Big moment back there from Jeff Styles in the 85. Brandon Medford running as position 22 hard charger right now with 31 positions from where he started tonight's race. Big moment there for Roy Hyde. He's going to lose a ton of momentum, a ton of track time. He's going to drop outside of your top 10, back to 11. jumping around the track just a little bit. Again, we'll take a look from the other side of things there. You can see Roy Hyde still battling with Jeff Styles. That 94 Troy Bradford with their defending contract driver. He has some trouble here tonight. Being scored off of the lead lap. First driver off of the lead lap, sitting in that 7th position. As Jeffrey Van Voort in 72 comes to pit road. Van Voort gonna fall off of this lead lap. Close racing right there with that 94 and the 85. 15 laps remaining for Christopher Spencer. That's going to give us 9 different race leaders for 10 different leaders. What a run so far by all of these drivers, man, mixing it up left and right. Your podium doesn't look the way it has over the last handful of weeks. Christopher Spencer beats Chris Bird, and Justin Rigsby rounds out your podium finishers. And how about that timing and scoring screen, race fans? Look over there to the left. Your top 10, all drivers that have yet to come to victory lane. So one of these drivers may very well punch their ticket to the chase with just 4 races left to get it done. Close battle here for those top 2 positions. Close battle for the 3rd and 4th position on track. Christopher Spencer battling with Chris Bird, Chris Medford. Well, it's just a Chris party at the front of this field. Chris is right there. 1, 2, 3. Justin Rigsby going to bring up the Chris party. He'll run in 4th. Craig Lehrman back in 5th. Now taking that 5th position away from Brandon Medford. Still nose to tail through the corners, making their way off of 4 back across the stripe, this time by 12 laps to go. The 2 of Christopher Spencer leads Bird, Medford, Rigsby, and Lehrman. Gonna jump around the track a little bit, see if we don't see any more battles. Look at this, 2, 3, 4 wide. My gosh, these drivers are all over each other. Roy Hyde stuck to the high side right now, running in that 13th position. We've seen Roy had a little bit of a moment of bobble a handful of laps ago, and he is still trying to recover the pace and pick up that momentum once again. Dustin Vernon, Katie Osmond, now Brian Littleton all look to the inside, and here comes Travis Smith as well. That 9 Red Bull machine. What a recovery by him. He's still down 6 spots from he started today's race, but after being into the outside wall, being bumped in the driver's side door, Smith's day could have ended up a lot worse. He's knocking on the door of a top 15. 10 laps to go this time by Christopher Spencer. Still has Chris Bird breathing down his neck. Not much of a battle, though. They're kind of nose to tail right there. We'll jump up to that. Should it get any closer, any more? Chris Medford losing a little bit of ground now. Justin Rigsby also falling to the wayside. Craig Lehrman now in that 5th position as we've got a tough battle right here. Katie Osmond trying to make his way up through the running order. Osmond down there on the inside. He's going to look all the way to the grass now. 3 wide with Dustin German, Katie Osmond, and Kendall Levron. Contact between Levron and Osmond. Smoke out there. More contact. Drivers everywhere. Oh, no. Roy Hyde caught up in this one as well. That all started back here with trouble with Katie Osmond and the 28 of Kendall Levron, and after that, well, that's about all she wrote. Multiple drivers caught up and involved in this one. We'll take a look, see how it all went down, see how it all happened. That's a lot of drivers caught up and involved in this one. We're trying to get it all queued up. Looks like we got it all matched up. Let's jump back to this one. There you can see contact between, I believe that was the 40 actually, not the 28. Roy Hyde trying to miss everything. There's the 45 back up onto the track. We'll jump back once again, see if we can't check out some more of this going on here. Back it up just a little bit further there. You can see the 28 coming back up the track. There's the contact between himself and the 40 right in front of Brian Littleton. Littleton's going to catch a piece of that, but Roy Hyde, he catches a brunt of it right there. We'll take one more look at it. Back here from the cockpit with Roy Hyde. Let's see if we can get that queued up here. Doesn't look like we've got that cockpit camera any longer, so not being able to cue it up. Front clip missing off of that 00 after late race caution. That's going to give us our third caution of the evening. 7 laps to go. This is going to be a good one. I think race fans, we may see an unofficial green-white checkered here. Field should get the green flag with about 2 laps to go in the official race distance. So it's going to be a crazy restart, I can assure you that. Brian Snare, Todd Willis, Roy Hyde, all to pit road after that late race caution. Woodson, Hyde, Snare, all caught up. Eric Blount, Michael Mason-Gill also caught up and involved in this one. Todd Willis also to pit road after some hard contact. Katie Osmond able to stay out on the track. That's going to do him a little bit of justice, but it's going to be a very tough go for the drivers that are around him. Tim Woodson also being able to stay out on the track in that 40 machine, so both of those drivers caught up and involved staying out on track. Now Osmond going to go ahead and bring it to pit road. So we'll go back up front to your race leader, Christopher Spencer, as he leads this field around the track. Man, I tell you what, it's going to get hot and heavy here at the end of this one. If you think the end of this one is going to get hot and heavy along with me, well, you should go ahead, give these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live, because our next 3 races are going to be barn burners. I can assure you that. We go to short track, America's Heartland, Iowa Speedway in 2 weeks. Then we head to the Glen Then Auto Club to finish out the regular season. So 3 very distinctly different tracks and, well, just a handful of spots left for that championship contention. Drivers gonna have to give it all they've got, because it looks like we will have a new race winner. Your top 8 drivers here tonight running how they are. As we come around, we should see the field get the 1 to go this time by. Your top 8 drivers all yet to go to victory lane this season. Spencer, Leedsburg, Medford, Rigsby, Learman, Brandon Medford, Jimmy Hetrick, Robert Hetrick right there, as well as Dustin Ping, who has led a handful of laps already here tonight. And drivers indeed will have 4 laps to go. It's going to be a 4-lap shootout when we go back green flag racing. And I tell you what, if you're out there on the TV land side of things over there on YouTube, if who you got? Let's hear who you got. 4-lap shootout. Who do you think's going to take away the race win? I'll tell you who my money's on. My money is going to be on that 67. I think Chris Berg gets up and around Christopher Spencer on this restart and sets sail on the field from here on out. So you heard it from Dave in the Cave first, calling it here. The Make-A-Wish Save the Tatas. Pink and black 67 machine. Gonna look for the front of this field. Can that Blackhawk Motorsports driver make it to victory lane? We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Field double file stacked up for the restart as they make their way through 3 and 4. iRacing pace car gonna duck off. We're ready to go back green flag racing this time by. Green flag flies. Spencer on the gas early. He catches Berg off guard. Outside lane stacks up just a little bit. That's going to let Medford by on the bottom. Berg going to have to make up some ground now just in front of Justin Rigsby. Brandon Medford in the 83. He's up there on the high side. Here comes Greg Lerman in that 69. What a run by Lerman. going to shift the focus a little bit back to this battle. Second place underway. The 84-67 of Christopher Berg. They're side by side at the line. 3 laps remaining for Christopher Spencer in that Ford Blue Deuce. Can he get it to victory lane? 84 going to come right across the nose of the 67. Crossover by Berg. Late off of 2. He's going to look to put the power down the backstretch. Looks to have that inside preferred line. Doesn't have him cleared yet. Will we see a slide job at a 2? Slide job right up the track. Berg back to second. Spencer gets the pop. Sickle sticks from your flagman, Upstate Owl, up there in the flag stand. 2 laps remaining for Spencer. Dustin Ping getting by Robert Hetrick for 10th. Jimmy Hetrick passing Kendall Levron back for 7th. We're going to stay with this little battle as it is getting close to running down your race leader, Chris Berg, right there all over his bumper. Will we see a bump and run to the end? Drag race across the line, white flag, final lap here tonight in the Busch Chicago Beat 100. Nose to tail, back off into turn number 1. Contact, bump and run. The 67 sends Spencer up the track. Bump and run out of the 67, just enough to get him out of shape. He's going to dive it down to the bottom. Close racing, not going to clear just yet. Does he have the advantage? Not clear. Side by side drag race to the line. Photo finish. My gosh. Chris Berg gets it at the line. Oh my gosh. Wow. We have got to see that again. Let's go to the chopper cam for this one. Let's see it all unfold. Back to the replay, chopper cam, so close. Great run by Berg. He's gonna grab that race win, and well, he's gonna make me look good by saying he's gonna walk away with the race win, and indeed he does. Heck of a job, heck of a run there at the end of tonight's race, and as he enjoys his post-race celebrations, we're going to get things set, ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back after a brief commercial break right here to Chicagoland Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. And back at the track at the conclusion of tonight's Busch Chicago Bean 100 for Next Gen Racing Lighting Electric Company Xfinity Series. What a run we had here tonight. What a race fans. And we'll see if we can't catch up with a few of your podium drivers here tonight. Why don't we see if we can't run down, have a word or two with one of the drivers that walked away with a podium finish here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab in and have a word with the 84 of Chris Medford. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Maybe.
Man, how you doing?
What's up, Dave?
How you doing after that one, man? How good does it feel to come in to third?
Feels pretty good. Practice, the car was pretty decent. I started late in practice. Qualifying, I had a good lap going, and I clipped the wall going off of 2, so it ruined my run. So I had to restart. I had to start 33rd, and just kind of rode in the back because I didn't really do a long run there, and I just rode it out till the first round pit stops and pitted, about 5 or 10 laps later than everybody else. And when that caution came out, my tires were pretty fresh, and it let me, get back to the front.
Walk us through the end of tonight's race. We got in a position where it wasn't quite a green-white checkered. I believe it was 4 laps to go when we went back green flag racing. How good were you feeling about your shot at a podium at that point?
Podium, pretty decent. Win, I don't know what happened there. That last run, I just tried to save tires. I mean, I wasn't even trying to push or drive in deep or anything, and then it just got tight, and I knew then I was done. But I mean, racing around Chris, it was pretty fun.
Well, you said it right there too. Racing around Chris. I think this is going to be a first. I don't think we've ever had 3 Chris's in all 3 of the podium spots. I don't think we've ever had that before, so that's something historical all to itself. But nonetheless, Mr. Medford, a heck of a run out there by you and the 84 Ford crew. As we reach the final few races of the season, a solid finish. It goes a very long way, so congratulations on 3rd place here tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yep, I would like to thank you, Dave, for broadcasting. I'll always go back and watch them. It's always fun to watch. Thank Tyler for the paint scheme. It's spot on. It's kick ass. Shout out to Zoe's Place, Race for Riley, my teammates from Falcon Motorsports. Congrats to Berg and good run by Spencer. Congrats to Brandon for the Hard Charger Award, starting 36, getting up to 5th. That's he beat me by 1 spot, so I guess I'll let him have it this time. Also shout out to my dad in heaven. I mean, he passed away 10 years ago Friday, and to be interviewed 2 weeks in a row, and racing this scheme. Also, Brandon's racing a throwback scheme for him, so it's pretty special for both of us.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, again, congratulations on a good run here, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit more before this regular season ends.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away in 3rd place here tonight. That was the 84 of Chris Medford. That's going to bring us to the driver that walked away in 2nd place here tonight. 2nd place going to the driver inside of the Blue Deuce, Christopher Spencer. It's Dave. You got a copy?
Dave, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, it's been a while since we could say the Blue Deuce, but, man, you got it up there in the podium spots. How good of a feeling is it to walk away with a 2nd place here tonight?
I would have loved to win, but great racing up there. You've had a few terrible weeks there, just terrible races, just caught up in the wrong spot every time, and just feel good to just actually finish a race. So happy about that.
Now, knowing that you're almost in a position where it's got to be a win to get in, with one being so close, how does that make you feel? Does it give you any confidence heading in to the last 3 races, Iowa, Watkins Glen, and Auto Club, or is it a hang your head factor here tonight?
Like I said, after the last few weeks, I said the last 4 or 5 races, just been terrible. I don't think I've had a top 15, top 20 finish in a while, so I actually take this as a hopefully things will get better. We're going to a few really good tracks there. Watkins Glen, Iowa's a track I'm really strong at. Auto Club, another track that we all run really well over at SSR. So I look forward to it. Hopefully I can pick up a win before then, and kind of go on what you would say the smoke chase race, if you want to say chase finish with a few wins there.
Yeah. I guess we can label it that. Well, Christopher, again, congratulations on turning the season around. Congratulations on a second place finish here tonight. Before we let you go and enjoy the good run here tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that too?
Yeah, especially you guys always calling a great race. I go back and watch every race. It's always great calling. You guys do. Of course, SSR, all my guys over there, Steve, Josh, Dustin, Jeff, everyone there, continuously every week coming in and performing. I want to thank, of course, our sponsor, SRTV, as well. And the league, just every week, great racing. Like I said, unfortunately, the last few weeks I've been caught up in the wrong spot quite a few times there, and finally just finished one. Just makes me pretty happy. And for Chris Berg, that was a great race there. Me and him started there at the beginning of the race, racing pretty hard coming up through the field, and then to battle him at the end there was definitely a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, congratulations once again, and we'll see if we can catch up with you before the chase starts.
Hopefully the next conversation we're having is in victory lane, so that's what I'm looking for.
Well, you've got 3 more races to improve one more spot. I think you can get it done.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I got a few road coach aces on my team as well, so feeling pretty good about Watkins Glen, and like I said, Iowa and Auto Club, 2 very strong tracks for the 2 teams. So looking forward to going there.
All right, well, there you have it. Final words from the driver walking away with the second position here tonight. That was Christopher Spencer in the Blue Deuce. And, well, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this just a little bit. Walking away with the Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award here tonight. That was driver inside of that number 1 machine. There you can see it, bottom left-hand side of your screen, walking away with the Black Hawk Pole Award here tonight. That's going to go to Dustin Ping. He ran a 30.96 to snatch that pole award here tonight. Unfortunately, not translating directly into race speed, and he'll finish back in the 10th position. And, well, it's going to now bring us to the man that walked away with this award right here. Let's see if we can't grab in a quick word or two with the driver inside of that 83 machine, Brandon Medford. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Dave, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, my man. How about yourself after walking away with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award here tonight, up 31 positions? Man, how'd you do it?
Well, I'll be honest. I ran the Friday night race, and I really got to get a feel for the track, knowing I was going to be late. Getting in a server tonight. Honestly, I got in as they were gridding. I got in the race then, and I don't know, man. That inside line didn't go on the first start. And about 20 laps in, I was running inside the top 20, and knew I had a good shot. But man, just kept plugging away. A lot of luck, I think.
Well, whether it was luck or not, that's going to put a few bonus points in your back pocket. That's going to go a long way as we get down towards these final few races here in the regular season. Being able to work your way through the field like that here tonight, does it give you any confidence heading towards Iowa, even though we have a 1-week break?
Yeah, I've struggled in these cars all season long. I mean, I'm outside the top 30 in the points, but here recently I started getting a feel for them. Got a couple top 10 finishes, but Iowa's a tough track. I actually really like Iowa, so hopefully we can get a hold of it and do the same thing, only let's start up front next time.
All right, well, Brandon, again, congratulations, moving up 31 spots, capturing the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award here tonight from Chicago Land Speedway. Before we let you go, any special thanks, shout-outs, love yous?
Yeah, I want to thank Mission 22 for sponsoring the Hard Charger Award. I mean, that's pretty cool. The bonus points are going to go a long way for my season, and then our team points, and then, Light Electric for putting on a series. Troy and all the admins, Those guys do a great job each week. We give them a lot of crap from a driver's standpoint, but they take it and use it as constructive criticism. I want to thank Zoe's Place, Child Advocacy Center, my Falcon teammates. Those guys had a good run again tonight. Troy was in some equipment that, really wasn't his own, so he struggled a little bit. And then I thank my wife and my family for letting me run in the door and race last minute till 11 p.m. and do what I like to do.
All right, Brandon. Well, again, congratulations. Good run here tonight. Walking away 5th on the track, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little later on throughout this year.
Thanks, Dave.
There you go. There you have it. That was your Mission 22 Hard Charger Award winner, Brandon Medford, walking away 31 positions up from where he started tonight's race. That is one heck of a job. That is one heck of a feat, and that's going to bring us to the man that has blown his engine on the front stretch. Let's see if we can't grab your race leader right here in Century Equipment Victory Lane, Chris Berg. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with the victory here tonight? First one on the season.
I'm ecstatic. There's been a few that have got away. Some bad things happened throughout the season, and to finally put one all together, even though I screwed up qualifying and started 28th, and I mean, I can't be happier. That was one hell of a battle right there too at the end. That's good racing right there.
Absolutely, man. Great battle coming to the end of the race here. And with that being said, with just 4 laps to go when we took the green flag for the final time, how were your feelings? How was your thoughts on being able to take that checkered flag?
Oh, I thought I was going to lose it for sure. Kind of like at Michigan a few weeks back. Same thing happened. I was just kind of riding there at the end and was going to make a move with like 2 to go, and cautions came out. And here, when Mefford got by me, got below me, I had to stay to the high side and try to get him to drift up. And I backed the corner up and able to get by him. And I was like, I had 2 laps to go. I had to drive hard and hopefully get back to Chris Spencer. And if I tried a bump and run as clean as possible, and it worked out. And then it was just a drag race, and I mean that's about as clean as you can do right there, racing 3 guys super hard for the win. I mean I can't complain. That was amazing.
Oh, it was absolutely great. Some old school racing on display right there with the bump and run. Heck of a job with it. And even before that bump, as you mentioned and described, you had that little bit of a crossover, a late crossover, if you will, to get that second position back. So, again, another kind of old school move to get yourself to victory lane for the first time here this season. Punch your ticket into the post-race championship hunt. Congratulations with everything you got done here tonight. So before we let you go and enjoy the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that 67?
Just everyone over at Blackhawk Motorsports, Ohio and Indiana Roofing, and everyone that supports all the drivers at Blackhawk Motorsports. I mean, it's all of us have speed. We're there. I mean, Ping, the Snare Boys. I mean, Mike's got to get a little bit of luck, and he qualified 12th today. He's got speed. I mean, we're there. We're showing our strength, and I mean, it's just all Blackhawk Motorsports. We all work together as a team, and it's a great feeling to finally get this win off my back. There's been a few that have got away.
Well, this one did not get away. Congratulations on punching your ticket to the post-race championship run, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you here in these next final 3.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for everything you do up in the booth, too.
Well, there you go. There you have it, walking away with the Century Equipment Victory Lane Award. Chris Berg puts himself into the chase with his first win of the season. What a run it was coming to the end of tonight's race. My goodness, and it looks like most of the fans already filing out as producers hit those buttons in the background. You know what sound that means. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. There you have it right there, front and center of your screen. The 67 of Chris Berg walks away with the checkered flag here tonight in the Busch Chicago Bean 100 Christopher Spencer going to slot home in second. Third place goes to Christopher Medford. Justin Rigsby back there in fourth. Fifth place goes to Brandon Medford. 69 of Craig Lerman will slot home in sixth, while Jimmy Hetrick finishes in seventh. 99 of Dustin German led a few laps. He'll finish in eighth tonight. 28 of Kendall Levron walks away in ninth. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight was your Black Hawk Motorsports Bowl Award winner, Dustin Ping. Gaining a ton of track time after some hard impact with a few drivers, Travis Smith turns his night around in that 9 Red Bull machine. He walks away in 11th. Hammerdown Motorsports Hunter Tate brings his hate machine home in the 12th position. The 30 of Robert Hetrick walks away 13th, 14th spot to Brian Littleton. Steve Baker in the 55 rounds out your top 15. The Ironman Mud Damon Cox brings that 57 machine home in 16th, 17th to Jeff Stiles. Doug Wasaki gonna finish tonight's race in 18th, 19th place tonight. Gary Ragland, Brian Snare brings the 45 home in 20th, while Troy Radford struggles here tonight in that 94 Lucky Finn Project machine. He walks away 21st, 22nd goes to Mitchell Snare. Katie Osmond finishes outside of the top 20. He walks away in 23rd, 24th tonight goes to Roy Hyde. Brian Maskell Jr. first car off the lead lap back in 25th. Ray Radford finishes in 26th. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. walks away from the track in 27th. 28th to Travis Arthur, Ryan Wilson, and Eric Blount round out your top 30. Melvin Young, Nathan Bishop, Tim Woodson, Bobby Camden, and Todd Willis round out your top 35. Mike Mason, Gil Jeffrey Vandervoort, and Joshua Spalding round out the running order here tonight for the Busch Chicago Bean 100 right here in the Next Gen Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. And if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And as we begin to roll the cords up, that's about all she wrote for us here from the production booth. Glad you could all join us here tonight and each and every Sunday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.